This book is written and published by 1% Mastermind Audio, and if you are hearing this right now, something in your life is about to shift forever, not because of luck, not because of motivation, but because your mind is about to learn the one truth that separates people who chase money from the people money chases. Listen closely. There is a version of you that never rushes, never begs, never fears losing everything. A version of you that moves with calm power, makes clear decisions, and attracts opportunities without forcing anything. A version of you that does not run after wealth, because wealth naturally rises to meet your level. Most people spend their whole life trying to earn more, without becoming more. They change their effort, but never their identity. They chase income with a mindset that was built for survival, not success. But the moment you shift the way you think, the moment you step out of the worker mindset and into the creator mindset, your entire relationship with money changes. This audiobook is not here to motivate you. It is here to rewire you, to break the small thinking that once trapped you, to remove the fear that once controlled you, to rebuild the identity that money trusts, respects, and follows. If you are ready to stop living life on defense, if you are ready to stop waiting for chances and start creating them, if you are ready to step into the version of yourself that cannot be ignored, then keep listening, because from this moment on, you are no longer the person who chases. You are becoming the person money cannot stay away from. Chapter 1. You stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like a creator. A worker waits, a creator builds. This one difference changes everything. A worker wakes up thinking, what can I do today to get paid? A creator wakes up thinking, what can I build today that creates value? A worker depends on schedules, instructions, and permission. A creator depends on thinking, skill, and action. One life stays small and limited. The other life keeps expanding. Most people grow up learning how to follow rules, follow systems, follow orders. They become very good at doing what they are told. They trade hours for money and then wonder why the money always stops when they stop working. Their life becomes a straight line of effort with very little growth. They are busy, but not free. Tired, but not rich. They move a lot, but they do not move forward. A creator's mind works in a completely different way. A creator is not waiting for someone to open a door. A creator builds the door. A creator is not waiting for a company to give security. A creator builds their own security through skill. A creator does not depend on luck. A creator depends on learning, improving, and taking action. When you think like a worker, you ask, how much will they pay me? When you think like a creator, you ask, how many people can this help? That one question alone changes your future. A worker sees only today's money. A creator sees future money. A worker looks for comfort. A creator looks for growth. A worker avoids problems. A creator looks for problems to solve, because problems are where money is always hiding. The moment you stop asking how to earn and start asking what to create, your relationship with money changes. You stop chasing small paychecks and start building value. You stop begging for chances and start making chances. You stop thinking in days and start thinking in years. This is when money begins to behave differently around you. You no longer feel like you are running after it. It begins to appear through ideas, opportunities, and connections. Not because you are lucky, but because you are creating. Money does not chase those who wait. Money chases those who build. Chapter 2. You stop seeking money and start seeking leverage. Most people spend their whole life running after money. They wake up thinking about it. They worry about it all day. They go to sleep stressed about it. They believe the only way to get more money is to work more hours. And because hours are limited, their income stays limited too. But leverage changes everything. Leverage means you are no longer using only your hands. You are using systems. You are using tools. You are using skills that keep working even when you stop. A person without leverage must keep moving to earn. A person with leverage can earn even while resting. Effort alone will always have a ceiling. You can only work so many hours. Your body can only take so much pressure. But leverage has no ceiling. One smart idea can pay you many times. One strong skill can bring value for years. One system can work day and night without getting tired. People who stay stuck think only in terms of work. People who grow think in terms of multiplication. They ask questions like, how can this grow without me being there every second? How can this reach more people? How can one action bring many results? Leverage is what turns small actions into big outcomes. A person without leverage sells their time once. A person with leverage sells value again and again. This is why two people can work equally hard, but one keeps escaping limits while the other stays trapped. The difference is not effort. The difference is leverage. The moment you stop chasing money directly and start building things that multiply, your life begins to change quietly. You stop feeling tired all the time. You stop feeling trapped. You stop feeling like one mistake can ruin you. You gain distance from fear. Money starts moving toward you differently. It no longer feels like something you must catch. It begins to come as a side effect of what you build. This is how freedom really starts. Not by running faster, but by building smarter. Chapter 3. You develop a high-integrity self-image. Most people try to change their income without changing the way they see themselves. They work harder, push more, force more, and exhaust themselves, but their results never rise past a certain level. That level is not set by the economy, or luck, or other people. It is set by their self-image, the picture they hold of themselves in their own mind. You will never consistently earn more than the identity you carry. If you secretly see yourself as average, your decisions will protect that identity. If you see yourself as someone who always struggles, you will somehow create situations that keep you struggling. If you see yourself as someone who is not the type to be wealthy, your actions will reflect that belief without you even noticing. Your self-image controls what you try, what you avoid, what you tolerate, and what you walk away from. It controls your confidence, your discipline, and even the standards you set for yourself. It is the silent limit around your entire life. A high-integrity self-image is different from confidence or ego. It is not loud. It is not fake positivity. It is not pretending to be something you're not. It is a quiet, strong, honest belief that you are capable, worthy, and responsible enough to rise. This kind of identity does not depend on applause, validation, or approval. It comes from the way you act when nobody is watching, from the promises you keep to yourself, from the responsibilities you carry with consistency, from the way you handle challenges with maturity instead of panic. When you start seeing yourself as someone who follows through, your choices begin to match that identity. When you see yourself as someone who deserves better, you stop entertaining people and environments that pull you down. When you see yourself as someone who can build, you stop settling and start creating. Your income rises when your self-image rises, because the way you think about yourself shapes the way you move in the world. If you believe you are weak, you won't take risks. If you believe you are unworthy, you'll sabotage opportunities. If you believe success isn't for people like you will step back whenever success tries to step forward. But when you adopt a high-integrity self-image, everything changes quietly but powerfully. You begin to expect more from yourself. You begin to hold yourself to higher standards. You begin to make decisions that protect your future, not your comfort. You say no more often. You choose better people. You use better words with yourself. You create better habits. And money notices. Opportunities notice. People notice. Life always rises to match how you see yourself. A high-integrity self-image becomes the foundation for every level of success that follows. Not because you act perfect, but because you no longer think of yourself as someone who gives up, breaks promises, or accepts less than what you are capable of. When your identity becomes strong, your income becomes steady. When your identity becomes clear, your path becomes clear. When your identity becomes higher, your results rise to match it. This is how money begins to chase you, not because you force it, but because you grow into someone it trusts. Chapter 4. You train your mind to handle pressure without collapsing. Pressure reveals who you really are. It shows what you believe about yourself. It exposes how strong your thinking is when life stops being easy. Most people look calm when things are smooth, but fall apart when uncertainty appears. One bad moment, one setback, one delay, and their emotions take control of their decisions. Money does not move toward people who collapse under pressure. Opportunities do not stay with people who panic. Growth requires a mind that stays steady, even when the ground feels unstable. Many people lose not because they lack talent, but because they cannot handle stress without breaking focus. They rush when they should pause. They quit when patience is needed. They speak when silence would protect them. They react instead of thinking. And once emotions take over, vision disappears. A strong mind is not one that never feels fear. A strong mind is one that feels fear and still thinks clearly. It is one that feels uncertainty and still makes steady choices. It is one that feels pain and still moves forward without destroying itself. When pressure rises, most people shrink. Their thinking becomes small. They go into survival mode. They stop planning. They stop creating. They stop trusting the long path. They begin chasing fast relief, fast money, fast answers. This is where most people ruin their future without realizing it. But a trained mind stays grounded. It slows down instead of rushing. It observes instead of reacting. It stays steady when the noise is loud. It remembers long-term goals when short-term fear appears. This is where real power is built. The person who can stay calm while others panic will always rise. The person who can think clearly while others react emotionally will always lead. The person who can wait while others chase will always win. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is your education. It teaches you where your thinking is weak and where it is strong. It teaches you whether you depend on comfort or discipline. It teaches you whether your confidence is real or only present when life is easy. Every level of wealth requires a matching level of emotional control. More money means more responsibility, more exposure, more risk, more decisions. If small pressure already breaks your focus, big pressure will destroy your direction. This is why training your mind matters more than chasing fast results. When your mind becomes calm under pressure, your decisions become clean. When your decisions become clean, your results become powerful. When your results become powerful, money begins to trust you. Money avoids emotional chaos. Money avoids unstable thinking. Money avoids rushed decision. But money follows steady people. Money follows disciplined minds. Money follows those who can carry pressure without losing clarity. When you become someone who can sit inside stress without running away, when you can face uncertainty without losing direction, when you can hold responsibility without becoming overwhelmed, life begins giving you bigger opportunities, not because you asked for them, but because you finally became strong enough to carry them. Chapter 5. You think in cause and consequence, not luck and hope. Most people live their entire lives waiting for something to save them. They wait for luck. They wait for the right moment. They wait for someone to notice them. They wait for a break. They hope that somehow things will just work out. And when life does not change, they feel disappointed, confused, and tired. But hope without action is only a dream, and luck is something people talk about when they do not understand how results are really created. Everything in life is built on cause and effect. Every result has a reason behind it. Every failure has a pattern behind it. Nothing appears from nowhere. Nothing changes without a chain of decisions leading to it. When you think in luck, you feel powerless. When you think in cause and consequence, you feel in control. A person who believes in luck says, "Why does this always happen to me?" A person who believes in cause and consequence says, "What did I do that created this?" This way of thinking changes everything. Instead of blaming people, problems, or the world, you begin to look at your habits, your choices, your thoughts, and your actions. You stop seeing life as unfair and start seeing it as predictable. And when life becomes predictable, it becomes manageable. People who stay stuck often repeat the same behaviors and expect different results. They work the same way, think the same way, speak the same way, and live the same way, then wonder why nothing shifts. They pray for change while protecting the habits that keep them trapped. But once you begin to see how every outcome is connected to a series of small choices, you start changing those choices. You become aware of what you eat, what you watch, who you listen to, how you speak to yourself, how you spend your time, and how you react under pressure. You stop living randomly. You start living deliberately. When money comes into your life, it is never random. It follows skill, value, consistency, timing, and visible effort. When money leaves your life, it is never random either. It follows poor decisions, emotional spending, lack of planning, fear, pride, or impatience. Once you accept this, you stop feeling like a victim. You stop feeling cursed. You stop thinking life is against you. You realize you are shaping your future every single day in small, quiet ways. And that realization is powerful. Because now, instead of waiting for something good to happen, you start building the reasons for it to happen. You do not pray only for success, you develop the habits that make success unavoidable. The moment you stop relying on hope and start relying on structure, your life becomes steady. The moment you stop waiting for luck and start building causes, your income becomes stable. The moment you stop wishing and start designing, your future becomes clearer. Money does not come to those who only believe. Money comes to those who build. Money does not move toward luck. Money moves toward patterns. And when your patterns improve, your life improves with them. This way of thinking turns chaos into clarity, confusion into direction, wishing into building. And slowly, quietly, step by step, you stop hoping for a better life and start creating one. Chapter 6. You stop playing defense and start playing offense. Most people live their whole lives trying not to lose. They try not to fail. They try not to look bad. They try not to make mistakes. Their entire life becomes about protection. Protection of comfort. Protection of image. Protection of small safety. They move carefully, slowly, and quietly, hoping that nothing goes wrong. This is what it means to live on defense. When you live on defense, every decision is made from fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of loss. You choose what feels safe, not what helps you grow. You stay in places that no longer challenge you. You stay in habits that no longer help you. You stay in situations that no longer fit your future just because they feel familiar. But defense never creates a new life. Defense only helps you survive inside the old one. Offense is different. Offense is built on intention. It is built on courage. It is built on the willingness to move forward, even when the path is not fully clear. When you begin to live on offense, you stop asking, "What can I lose?" and start asking, "What can I build?" A defensive mind avoids risks. An offensive mind understands that risk is the price of growth. A defensive mind waits until everything feels safe. An offensive mind moves as soon as the direction feels right. People who rise in life do not rise because they were protected. They rise because they were willing to move before they felt fully ready. They were willing to be seen trying. They were willing to look foolish at first. They were willing to learn in public and grow through failure. When you play offense, you stop hiding your potential. You stop shrinking your dreams to fit your fears. You stop waiting for perfect conditions that never come. You start taking space in the world with your effort, your voice, and your ideas. Defense asks, "What if it goes wrong?" Offense asks, "What if it works?" Defense protects small comfort. Offense builds something bigger than comfort. When you live on offense, your energy changes, your posture changes, your thinking changes. You start waking up with direction instead of dread. You begin to feel movement inside your life instead of delay. This is also where money begins to behave differently around you. Money does not chase people who hide. Money does not follow people who always retreat. Money moves toward people who build, who try, who initiate, who take responsibility for direction. When you step into a fence, you no longer see problems as threats. You see them as chances to expand. You no longer see fear as a stop sign. You see it as a sign that you are standing near growth. You stop asking life for safety. You start asking life for strength. And slowly, as your courage increases, your thinking grows. As your thinking grows, your actions change. As your actions change, your results rise. And as your results rise, money begins to take you seriously. Not because you demanded it, but because you finally stopped hiding from your own potential. Chapter 7. You master obsession without self-destruction. Most people never become great at anything because they never stay focused on one thing long enough. They jump from idea to idea, from plan to plan, from excitement to boredom. Their energy is always moving, but never in one clear direction. They stay busy, but they never build real power. Then there are people who become obsessed, but many of them destroy themselves in the process. They forget their health, they lose their peace, they burn out. They turn their dreams into pressure instead of purpose. True mastery is obsession without destruction. It is deep focus without chaos. It is strong drive without losing your balance. It is loving the work without hating your life. Healthy obsession means you care deeply, but you are not desperate. You work hard, but you do not destroy your body. You stay focused, but you do not become blind. You push forward, but you still breathe. Unhealthy obsession is loud, rushed, and emotional. It is full of fear. Fear of being behind. Fear of being ignored. Fear of not being enough. That kind of obsession burns people quickly and leaves them empty. Healthy obsession is quiet and steady. It grows slowly and becomes powerful over time. It does not panic when results are slow. It does not quit when growth feels boring. It understands that real success takes time to shape. Most people want fast rewards. They want quick respect. They want instant progress. But real mastery comes from staying when the excitement fades, from working when no one is clapping, from building when no one is watching. This is where most people fail. They only act when they feel motivated. They only push when the mood is right. They only show up when the energy is high. But moods change. Motivation fades. Feelings rise and fall. And if your progress depends on how you feel, your life will always stay unstable. Mastery is built when you show up even when it feels boring, even when it feels slow, even when it feels invisible. This kind of obsession makes you dangerous in the best way. You begin to improve quietly. Your skills sharpen without noise. Your confidence grows without needing to prove itself. One day people suddenly notice how far you have come, but they did not see the years of silent work behind it. Money follows this kind of person. Money avoids people who rush. Money avoids people who panic. Money avoids people who chase quick wins. Money trusts people who stay. Money trusts people who build slowly. Money trusts people who grow without falling apart. When you master this kind of obsession, you no longer feel like success is crushing you. You feel steady under pressure. You feel strong when responsibility increases. You feel focused when others feel scattered. You begin to move with calm power instead of loud struggle. And that calm power is what keeps wealth in your life once it arrives. Because getting money is one skill, keeping it requires another. And the people who master obsession without destroying themselves are the ones who last. Chapter 8. You stop choosing comfort over intelligence. Most people do not fail because they are weak. They fail because they choose comfort too often. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels warm. Comfort feels easy. But comfort is also the fastest way to stay exactly where you are. Comfort tells you to sleep a little longer. Comfort tells you to delay hard work. Comfort tells you to avoid hard conversations. Comfort tells you to stay in habits that feel familiar, even if they are slowly destroying your future. Intelligence does the opposite. Intelligence chooses growth even when it feels uncomfortable. Intelligence chooses learning when the mind wants rest. Intelligence chooses truth over comfort, discipline over pleasure, long-term reward over short-term relief. Most people know what they should do. Very few people do it. The difference is not knowledge. The difference is comfort. Comfort makes you emotionally lazy. It teaches you to escape instead of confront, to scroll instead of think, to relax instead of build, to complain instead of change. And slowly, without noticing, comfort steals years from your life. Intelligent living feels harder at first. It demands effort. It demands awareness. It demands saying no to things that feel good now but cost you later. It demands choosing what is necessary instead of what is easy. But this struggle is temporary. The reward is permanent. People who choose comfort wake up one day feeling stuck, confused, and behind. People who choose intelligence wake up one day looking at a life they barely recognize because it grew so far beyond what once felt possible. Comfort is loud in the beginning but silent in the end. Intelligence is quiet in the beginning but loud in the end. Comfort gives pleasure now and pain later. Intelligence gives pain now and power later. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you delay your future. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you build it. Money does not move toward people who are always choosing ease. Money is attracted to those who can face difficulty without running away. Because wealth itself demands effort, patience, and endurance. When responsibility increases, comfort seekers collapse. When responsibility increases, intelligent thinkers rise. You cannot live a soft life and expect hard results. You cannot make lazy choices and expect disciplined rewards. What you choose daily shapes the direction of your life more than any dream ever will. The moment you stop protecting comfort at the cost of growth, your strength begins to return. Your thinking becomes sharper. Your time becomes valuable. Your discipline becomes visible. Your future begins to change shape. And slowly, quietly, without stress or force, money begins to respond. Not to your wishes, not to your hopes, but to your character. The life you want exists on the other side of comfort, and intelligence is the bridge that takes you there. Chapter 9. You become a person who cannot be ignored. Most people try to be noticed by talking louder, showing more, posting more, and proving more. They try to force attention instead of earning respect. They want to be seen before they become solid. But attention that is forced disappears quickly. Respect that is earned stays. Becoming someone who cannot be ignored has nothing to do with being loud. It has everything to do with being real, reliable, and strong in what you do. It means when you speak, people listen. When you promise, people trust. When you show up, people feel your presence without you needing to demand it. Many people want visibility. Very few people want responsibility. But real recognition comes from responsibility carried well. From problems solved without excuses. From effort given without needing praise. From consistency that does not break when nobody is watching. You become impossible to ignore when your work speaks before you do. When your skills grow, your confidence becomes quiet. You no longer chase approval. You no longer explain yourself too much. You stop proving. You start producing. And slowly, people begin to notice the difference. They notice how dependable you are. They notice how calm you are under pressure. They notice how your results keep improving. This is how influence really grows. A person who cannot be ignored is not someone who demands attention. It is someone whose value pulls attention naturally. Their presence feels steady. Their words carry weight. Their actions match their promises. And this kind of person attracts opportunity without chasing it. Money does not move toward noise. Money moves toward reliability. Money moves toward people who make things work. When you become someone who always finishes what you start, people trust you with bigger things. When you become someone who keeps improving even when no one is watching, doors open without announcements. When you become someone who solves instead of complains, your name begins to travel without you pushing it. Most people try to become famous. The powerful try to become useful. When you become truly useful, you become unforgettable. You no longer need to beg for chances. You no longer wait for permission. People begin calling you, looking for you, offering you responsibility, offering you space, offering you money. Not because you asked, but because your presence became rare. And in a world full of noise, scarcity always wins. That is how you become someone who cannot be ignored. Chapter 10. You think in long horizons while acting with short-term intensity. Most people think only about today. They think about this week, this month, the next bill, the next problem. Their whole life is lived in short distances. And when you only think short, you only build short. People who rise think far ahead. They think in years. They think in seasons. They think about what kind of life their actions today are quietly building. They are not in a rush for fast rewards because they understand the power of slow growth. But this does not mean they move slowly. They think long, but they act fast. They plan with patience, but they work with urgency. They know what they want to build in the future, but they attack today with full focus. They do not delay action just because the reward is far away. They move now because they know every day of effort adds weight to tomorrow. Short thinking says, I want results now. Long thinking says, I want results that last. Short thinking chases quick money. Long thinking builds lasting income. Many people destroy their future because they crave fast comfort. They spend what should be invested. They quit what should be practiced. They abandon paths that only needed time to grow. They want proof before patience. They want reward before discipline. But real wealth grows quietly at first. It feels slow in the beginning. It feels invisible. It feels like nothing is happening. And that is exactly where most people give up right before the momentum begins. People who think long do not panic in the slow season. They do not doubt themselves when progress is quiet. They understand that roots always grow before the tree shows above the ground. At the same time, they do not waste today by being lazy. They act with intensity. They protect their time. They give full effort to small daily actions. They do not postpone what can be done now. They do not wait for the perfect mood. They show up even when the energy is low. This combination is rare. Most people either rush with no patience, or they dream with no action. Those who rise master both. They are calm about the future and aggressive about the present. They do not expect miracles tomorrow, but they do expect progress today. And this way of living changes everything. Pressure becomes lighter, because they are not racing against time. They are walking with it. Discipline becomes easier, because they are not demanding fast rewards. They trust the process they are building. Money follows those who build this way. Money avoids the impatient. Money avoids the reckless. Money avoids the person who wants everything now. Money moves toward the patient builder, who works hard every day without panic. When you master this way of thinking, your life stops feeling rushed. Your choices become calmer. Your effort becomes steadier. Your confidence becomes quieter but stronger. And one day, people will call you lucky. They will see the result, but they will not see the years of silent work behind it. That is the power of thinking long and acting with intensity today. Chapter 11. You develop standards that force life to upgrade. Your life rises or falls to the level of what you are willing to tolerate. Not what you dream about. Not what you talk about. What you allow, accept, and live with every single day. Standards are the invisible rules you live by. They decide how you treat your time, how you treat your body, how you treat your money, how you allow people to treat you. And these rules quietly shape your future more than motivation ever could. When your standards are low, your life feels heavy. You accept late nights that drain you. You accept laziness that slows you. You accept environments that weaken you. You accept people who disrespect your time and energy. And over time, this acceptance becomes your normal. But when your standards rise, everything begins to shift. You start saying no to what once controlled you. You stop wasting time without feeling guilty. You stop overgiving to people who give nothing back. You stop excusing habits that keep you small. You stop living on autopilot. Raising your standards is not about perfection. It is about self-respect. It means you no longer negotiate with your weakness. You no longer allow your moods to control your discipline. You no longer let comfort decide how much effort you give. You choose structure over chaos, order over excuses, direction over drifting. At first, this feels uncomfortable, because your old life will resist your new rules. The people who benefited from your low standards may get uncomfortable. The habits that once felt normal may now feel wrong. The comfort that once protected you may now feel like a cage. But this discomfort is the sign that your life is upgrading. When your standards rise, your thinking changes. When your thinking changes, your actions become sharper. When your actions become sharper, your results become cleaner. And when your results become cleaner, life begins responding to you differently. You begin attracting better conversations, better opportunities, better people, better outcomes. Money also follows standards. It does not stay with people who are careless. It does not respect people who live without structure. It moves toward those who handle time well, those who keep their word, those who manage their choices with discipline. When you raise your standards, you stop settling for what is easy and start building what is meaningful. You stop waiting to feel ready and start acting like someone who is ready. You stop asking for more and start becoming more. And life responds, not because you demanded it, but because you finally became the kind of person that higher levels of life can trust. Chapter 12. You become the source, not the seeker. Most people spend their lives searching for answers, searching for approval, searching for opportunity, searching for someone to believe in them. They wait for someone to open a door, give them a chance, or save them from their struggle. This is the life of a seeker. A seeker is always looking outside for what must be built inside. They depend on moods, people, trends, and timing. When things go well, they feel strong. When things go wrong, they feel lost. Their confidence rises and falls with the world around them. But at some point, a shift happens. You stop waiting. You stop chasing. You stop needing permission. You become the source. Being the source means you create direction instead of following it. You bring ideas instead of asking for them. You bring value instead of asking for validation. You bring solutions instead of waiting for rescue. When you become the source, your energy changes. You stop feeling like life is happening to you. You start feeling like life is responding to you. You move with calm certainty instead of nervous hope. You act from inner strength instead of outer pressure. A seeker asks, "Who will help me?" The source asks, "Who can I help?" A seeker looks for chances. The source creates them. A seeker depends on the room. The source becomes the reason the room matters. When you reach this level, people begin to come to you naturally. Not because you asked, but because your presence becomes valuable. Your thinking becomes solid. Your actions become reliable. Your direction becomes clear. Businesses look for you. Opportunities look for you. Money looks for you. Not because you are chasing them, because you have become the one who produces value. The fear that once controlled you begins to fade. The need to impress disappears. You no longer compare yourself constantly. You no longer beg for attention. You no longer feel invisible. You feel grounded. You feel steady. You feel responsible for your direction. And that is real power. Money does not chase those who are always looking. Money chases those who are building. Money does not move toward energy that is scattered. Money moves toward energy that is stable and productive. When you become the source, your life stops depending on random chances. Your income stops feeling fragile. Your future stops feeling shaky. You no longer feel like everything can collapse at any moment. You stand on what you have built. Your skills, your thinking, your discipline, your value. This is the final shift. From wanting to becoming, from waiting to creating, from hoping to producing. And once this shift is complete, money no longer feels like something far away. It becomes something that naturally follows the path you are already walking. Everything you heard in this audiobook was never meant to stay as information. It was meant to become identity. Because knowledge that stays in the mind is weak, but truth that becomes part of who you are is unstoppable. You were never meant to spend your life chasing, begging, rushing, and fearing. You were never meant to wake up each day feeling behind, pressured, and unsure of your direction. You were never meant to shrink your dreams just to protect your comfort. You were meant to build. You were meant to rise. You were meant to become strong from the inside before anything on the outside could change. Money does not follow words. Money does not follow wishes. Money follows who you become. It follows your discipline when no one is watching. It follows your standards when temptation appears. It follows your calm when pressure increases. It follows your patience when results are slow. It follows your courage when fear tries to stop you. Your future will not be decided by one big moment. It will be decided by small choices repeated every day. The way you wake up, the way you speak to yourself, the way you use your time, the way you protect your energy, the way you refuse to quit when progress feels quiet. There will be days when you feel tired. There will be days when you doubt yourself. There will be days when it feels like nothing is working. Those days do not mean you are failing. They mean you are building something real. Do not rush your growth. Do not compare your path. Do not let impatience talk you out of what consistency is quietly creating. What you are becoming matters more than what you are gaining right now. One day, the life you are slowly shaping will stand in front of you. And when it does, you will understand that nothing was wasted. Not the struggle, not the waiting, not the pressure, not the effort that felt unseen. This audiobook was written and published by 1% Mastermind Audio to remind you of one truth. You were never meant to chase money. You were meant to grow into the kind of person money follows. And from this moment forward, everything you build will be built from that truth.